Alright guys, well, now we're going to take this thing out for a ride and see if this new distributor fixed this problem. I feel pretty confident it's going to, because when the evidence is that clear, you know what I mean? It's one thing to have a electrical problem, like a computer related problem, and yeah, maybe a scanner's gonna help you figure it out, but it's not gonna really fix the problem. You know, some of this, well, shit, a lot of this micro technology, you know, you can't really fix it. You know, maybe some of the 80s era stuff and 90s era stuff you can fix, but you're not fixing micro computers. You're throwing them away, and then you got to hope in many years to come that there are going to be replacement parts, and it looks unlikely that that's going to ever happen. Which is why I think modern cars are never going to be restored. It's why the vintage car market's always going to be good, because you can get things for it or you could repair it. And like I said in the video, I could have, you know, taken all the good stuff out of this distributor and put it into another one, my original one, but you know, why do that? Didn't want to do that. I'll tell you something though, throttle response seems a whole lot better. Just the smoothness of it, the way that it runs. It just feels like it's got more schwung to it. Everything's working in harmony. All 8 cylinders are firing right. You know? But I'm happy. You know, how often are you going to be able to get parts like that? You know, and then that's the other thing too, is that you've got to be able to get the stuff in order to fix it. That there always will be available stuff here for the market to buy. Now, I don't know how often it's going to be you're going to find a an original Mopar distributor for your Dodge. I got a big old dump truck in my way here. I don't know what he's doing. Well, I guess we're holding up traffic now. Kind of messing up my video here, but oh well. It's hot today, man. What better way to test your vintage car than to drive it on a hot day? I'm not a particular fan of driving on a hot day here. Alright, well, we're clear to go here. Alright, now that that's out of our way, get back to driving this thing. My first impressions are definitely that it runs a lot smoother. I tell you what, it started better. Now that I feel all 8 cylinders firing right. So later on down the road, we're going to have to get number 5 spark plug out and have a look at it and see what it looks like. That's the beauty about cars like that. And you see a lot of other guys talking about it in videos. Spark plugs are the best way to understand how your vintage car is running, especially if you got a carburetor. It tells you everything you need to know. You know, it's something else too. A carburetor is kind of like a 2-season thing. You've got to tune it in the fall because the air temperature cools off. And you got to tune it in the spring. So you're actually tuning your carburetor twice just to make sure that it's running right, because if you ignore it, you don't go back there. And it's the thing is that you own a car like this, you better get a book and learn how to do stuff. You don't want to be relying on other people to help you out. I mean, it's good to contact friends, it's good to learn, but when it actually requires hands-on, you can't use the excuse, well, I don't know. You know, I don't want to mess with that stuff. Well, then, you know, you've got no right to complain if something goes wrong. lot of times in the auto repair industry, I've come across people who are like, oh my God, it's so expensive to fix. Well, yeah, it is. You pay somebody to fix it for you. You gotta pay. That's why it's smart to learn things for yourself, you know? Wow, I tell you what a difference in throttle response. I can't believe it. Wow, yeah, that feels great. That's working fantastic. You know, another thing, like I said, you're going to spend a lot of money getting your old car sorted out, but, you know, the reward to that is that you get to have, I don't know, depends on what you buy, you get to have something else that nobody else has. This is one of those situations where there isn't a lot of these around. I say that a lot. You guys hear me talk about it a lot. But try to find one. As of the video that I published, there was a 64 500 convertible on eBay. $50,000. It's original turquoise car, big block, 4-barrel, so it's got an HP motor in it. Power steering, power brakes from what it looked like, and it had a console tack and a clock, so someone ordered it up pretty good. I actually ran the fender tag, and it originally had a black interior, and it did. It's pretty. Boy, it's nice. Doesn't look the same with red lines and hubcaps. My personal feeling is that the 500s look awesome on old Dodges. They just do. You could put a set of Magnum 500s on an old car, Mopar. Man, does it look great. Yeah, this is feeling real nice here. It would be so noisy driving on the highway with the wind. It would wreck my audio, so I'm just going to drive around locally, but I'm going to get it out on the highway. Alright, well, we're out on the highway here. Let's see how this works. I don't know if this audio is going to be any good because there's a lot of wind noise. GoPro likes to focus on sound, but if there's a lot of noise all around, it won't record very good. Now I got it out on the highway and doing about 50, just to get an idea how this thing's running. Boy, it's smooth. Runs really good. I gotta tell you, back in high school, my friend had a 66 Plymouth Fury, bought from an old lady. 2-door, 318 car. Now, last time I drove a car this big, and I spent a lot of time driving my drunk buddies around in it because I didn't drink back then. And I gotta tell you, it was slow with a 318. It needed a 4-barrel and a cam to make it run better. But I can tell you, honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised at how much power a stock 383 2-barrel with a stock cam in it is. It impresses me. I just can't believe how powerful the car is. I mean, what would you want? Would you want more? When you roll on the throttle, man, it starts to go. 2-barrel. 2-barrel. Stock cam. I wouldn't really want to mess with it. I wouldn't want it to run choppy. Yeah, I know it sounds cool and stuff, but I wouldn't want it to run like that. Put it neutral going down this hill so I don't have so loud. But I think this thing would give a 440 a run, a stock 440. Depends on what it's in. It's kind of funny in the Mopar community, you know, the old 383 is like the small motor. It's like the big block guys picking on the small block guys, but it's still a big block. You know, and is there really that much difference? I mean, some cubic inches or stroke. I don't even know, honestly. Is a 440 stroked? Or is it bored out, or both? I don't know. I went to a car show not that long ago. On the way back on the highway, even with this Distributor, there's a guy with a Roadrunner with a 440 and a 4-barrel. We gave him a good run. I think he would hang with it. I don't know if we'd beat it, but it'd be close. You know? Got kind of funny. It's the only time we ever got door to door with an old Mopar like ours. That was a 70. I saw it at the show. It was turquoise and it had a 440 in it. I'm looking forward to next time I see that guy. He'll remember us. Believe me, with a Dodge like this, people don't forget. I think all the times Gail and I have been driving around town, you see something in your town, you remember it. You don't forget it. You know, some cars are forgettable. There's a lot of cars on the road today, new stuff, it's forgettable, but a 64 Polara 500 in turquoise is not a forgettable car. Most assuredly not. But I'm happy with its performance. Now the only thing is like everything, as what should have been done with that distributor that was original to this car, is it should have been serviced properly over the years, but it wasn't. It was neglected like a lot of other things. And that's alright. But I am going to make sure that this distributor is always serviced and kept in good health, because I plan on owning this thing till I die. I don't have any plans on selling it. There isn't another Mopar or old car that I really want. I mean, it's a dream come true for me. I feel fortunate to have it. I am really blessed to have it. I plan on driving it a lot. It ain't gonna be no queen. But you know, a car like this, it's a time capsule from 1978. You know, Gail and I have been talking about it. Well, if we got rich one day or we had a lot of money, would we put money into this thing? Would we have it restored? You know, it wouldn't be the same Farah if it was restored. Farah can never ever be restored because she needs to remain stuck in time. A lot of people that's been seeing this car have been telling us, don't change it, don't restore it, don't fix that dent, leave it alone. And they're right. Because in my mind, well, I think a patina car that's got life on it, it's just much more interesting to look at. And not to say that we haven't seen some beautifully restored Mopars, but I don't think that's going to be for us. So, hope this video turned out good. We'll catch you guys later.
Hey guys, you like what you see? You do? Fantastic. Do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button down there for me, and you get to see a whole lot more.